Hello everyone and welcome back to Rebel Scum Racer and a new lap guide for the latest lap time challenge in Gran Turismo 7. We're at 24-hour Le Mans racing circuit for this one, so it was one heck of a long lap and we're driving the Gr.4 Bugatti Veyron on racing hard tyres. A few pointers before we start: you're going to want to short shift in this car to keep the speed up, otherwise it'll just drop off, and you're going to have to use all the track while cornering, especially before the long straights, so don't be scared to put your foot down sooner than you would normally. Now, at the time of recording, the world record is 4 minutes 13.940 and the time we were after is 4 minutes 21.558. A really long lap, but plenty of leeway to get that goal time. As always, I've shared my fastest lap, so it's in the showcase for you if you want to use my ghost to help you. Before we get into the lap guide, could I please ask you to consider subscribing to the channel? I make a lap guide every week for these time trials, so if that's what you're after, then we'll be helping each other out. If you find this video useful, why not give it a like and let me know what you think or if I can improve anything. Thank you. Okay, let's get into the lap guide. So you'll notice my shifting here. I'll be shifting at the end of the gear number there. I'll be doing that throughout the whole lap, so that's a good place to shift up. And now coming up to our first brake point is as we pass the total sign here. So it's going to be hard down on the brakes, down into second, cut that apex and that one, just not too much. It's getting on that power as soon as you can. It's really important on this track. Okay, our next brake point is where the tarmac ends there on the right hand side. So we'll put it down to third, try and hug to the left as much as possible, watching those bollards because they will invalidate your lap. Okay, and this brake point is the shadow here, so I'll be braking just before. And we'll be dropping down to fourth and then getting on that power as quickly as you can. It's really important, especially for these long straights. Okay, I've sped up all the straights because we'll be here all day otherwise. Okay, our next brake point is coming up now. And it's those dudes there, so as soon as they leave your screen, it's going to be hard down the brakes, down to third, another little dab on the brakes, down to second, and then get your foot down there. Okay. Okay, so our next brake point now is the 100 meter board here, so braking just before we get there, and then we're dropping down to third, a little dab on the brakes there to get down to second, try and hug to the right as much as you can. I did go a bit deep there, but it's all good. Another long straight. Okay, so keep an eye on the left hand side for our next brake point, which is the yellow part of the barrier there. So when that leaves your screen, down on the brakes, down to second, watch the bollards again, and away we go. Okay, this next part is quite tricky, so what we'll be doing is just a little dab on the brakes when we get to the 100 meter board there. Only a little dab, and then we'll be hard down on the brakes when the track veers off there to the right. Maybe dropping down to second, nice tight line. Okay, and then the 50 meter board coming up now. That's where we brake again. And then again down to second, nice tight line again, and off we go. Okay, and this is probably the hardest part of the track coming up now. Okay, so when we pass the Goodyear sign there, that's where we brake. So we drop it down to fourth, nice bit of throttle control through here. So you've seen a nice clear line through, hard down on the throttle. Here's just a little dab on the brakes to shift the weight transfer of the car, and then down to fourth here, and then we're going to be braking in between these two RMC signs. and it's not 100% brake, just to shift that weight, and then getting on the throttle as quickly as you can. Okay, our next brake point is going to be where the barrier changes colour there. So I'll leave your screen, hard on the brakes, down to 4th, and then I have broke a bit early here, but you close as you can to that rumble strip. Cut there, and that is a lap with a time of 4:20.576. Okay, I'll show you again without stopping and in chase cam. Okay, so notice where I'm shifting. I'll be doing it throughout the whole lap, so keep that in mind. Okay, our first brake point coming up is the first total sign there, so hard down on the brakes, down to 2nd, and then cutting these apexes, and then just getting on that throttle as soon as you can. Just all the corners you need to be getting on the power as quick as possible. Brake in there where the tarmac ends. Nice tight line here, watching those bollards. Okay, and then we're braking just before the shadow there, down to 4th, and then flying through there just before this nice long straight. Okay, I've sped these ones up as well, because otherwise it would be a very, very long video. Okay, the next brake point is those dudes there on the left. So we're braking down, dropping to 3rd, little brake there, down to 2nd, and then getting on that throttle. Okay, our next brake point coming up is the 100-meter board there. Drop down to 3rd, little dab on the brakes, drop to 2nd, try and get to the right as much as you can. Don't go as deep as I did, but if you do, you can see it doesn't hurt the lap too much. Okay, our next brake point is on the left, so it's the yellow part at the end of the barrier there. So we're braking hard, drop down to 2nd, nice tight line, watch the bollards, and careful not to go too wide to the left. Okay, and coming up to this tricky set of bends. So nice little dab on the brake at the 100-meter board there, and then where the track veers off, we're braking hard, then dropping to 2nd, and getting on that throttle as quickly as you can, and then braking at the 50-meter board there, down to 2nd, nice tight turn in, getting on that throttle as quickly as you can without going too wide. Okay, and coming up to probably the trickiest part of the track, braking at the Goodyear sign there, down to 4th, nice bit of throttle control through here, and then it's just a little dab of the brakes here just to shift the weight of the car. Another little dab of brakes there, down to 4th, throttle control, and then braking in between the two RMC signs there, but not 100% brake, just a little, like 50%, something like that, just to get yourself through that corner. And then braking where the barrier changes colour on the right hand side by there, down to 4th, cut there, brake again just before the rumble strip, and then cut twice again. And that is your lap guide, everyone. If you find this lap guide useful, please don't forget to give it a like and let me know what you think, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Ciao for now.